All right, today we're going to be talking to Edward Sturm. He literally invented play to earn. He had the first crypto game that ever launched and is a genius when it comes to marketing. We're going to be asking about crypto questions. We're going to be asking about marketing in crypto. Edwards, thank you so much for doing this, man. Really appreciate you.
My pleasure. Thanks for inviting me on.
So I have to ask, gotta ask straight off the bat, what was this first crypto game? I think it was Ether World or World of Ether or something like
World of
that.
Ether, yeah.
Was that the first play to earn game or is that something different?
So there were games before us, but what happened was that there were games before CryptoKitties. CryptoKitties launched. It was either the end of November or first day of December of 2017. 2017, like right at the beginning of December, CryptoKitties launches.
Mm.
It has no mechanics. You have these NFTs, which are kitties on the blockchain, called CryptoKitties. You can breed them with each other and hope that you get a kitty with a rare trait. But the traits, like all that does is like allow you to breed more crypto kitties. And that game made $26 million in a month.
Wow.
And so I had been we had been throwing we had a programming meetup which we turned into the biggest blockchain meetup in the world. I had been throwing blockchain events for months. We had the inventor of Solidity at one of our events. We knew all these people. One of my close friends from when I was a club promoter was an inventor of Ethereum. He was literally a co-founder of Ethereum with Vitalik. He's in the original
Wow.
like founding photos of Ethereum with the whole team. And so like I knew all these people. I got into the space in the middle of 2017. I had been like working with people who became close friends of mine who I'm still friends with to this day. And one of them, the guy who was like the creator of the programming meetup, he's always been a gamer. I've always been a gamer. And he's like, let's do Pokemon on the blockchain. Because like CryptoKitties, you can only breed these cats, but that's the only mechanic. It's just breeding. You don't battle. There's no
Yeah.
leveling up. There's not the classic stuff that people know from video games. Let's make a real video game on the blockchain. And as you get rarer monsters, you can sell them on the open market. And so that's what we did, and we opened sales. I think January 2nd. It was either January 2nd or like January 2nd or January 17 or something of 2018. And in the first 48 hours, we made $500,000, and by the end of the month, we had made $1 million. And it was called the best blockchain game in 2018, 2019.
Wow.
We were before Axie Infinity. Like we know those people. We know all the big people who created all the big games. And what happened was this was one of the biggest business lessons of my entire effing life. And anyone who's listening, just like I wish I could give you my pain so that people could experience what I felt. We made some money from that game. Cool. But what happened was we didn't we didn't turn our monsters into NFTs. It was like everything was
Mm.
really decentralized. We were really like OG crypto. We're going to make this like truly decentralized. Even if sometimes it's slow, we're really going to make this decentralized. And like a lot of the like very serious crypto people really liked our project because of that. And then they wanted us to turn into NFTs. And what happened was, dude, we had several calls with one of the founders of OpenSea, who was a fan of our game. He was an early monster buyer in our game back when no one knew what OpenSea was. And he's like, turn your monsters to NFTs. And it was at the end of 2018 when we were having all these calls with them. And it was going to take us months to do that. And the year started at where the price of Ethereum was at $1,400 a coin.
Right.
And by the end of the year, it was at $70 a coin, 70 or $80
I
a coin.
remember that.
It went down from $1,400 to like $80 over the course of the year. And so we made the game, we got it out. It was a great game. It was called the best blockchain game in 2018, 2019, but Crypto Winter was in 2019.
Right.
And so did we keep building on our game? No. We went and did other things. Whereas Axie Infinity, companies like them, they kept building. And you know what happened? Once the market returned,
They
Axie
had market.
Infinity became a $3 billion company.
They took market
They
share.
dude, they launched months after us, made way less money, and they just stuck in it. And so I had this like I was at Kiev. I was in Kiev at the time. I lived in Kiev, Ukraine for 2 years. And this was during while that was happening. And I went to a cafe and I just journaled for like 3 hours. And I thought about like my entire life because I was one of the early viral video producers on YouTube. We were doing crazy YouTube viral videos back before other people were. And we thought the play was to go from YouTube and get a TV show. And when we were offered a TV show and we messed that up, we got demoralized and quit YouTube for a period of time. And so we were early on all of these things. Like I was a digital marketing influencer in 2015, and then like I don't know, I just didn't keep with it. And then we literally invented play to earn. And so now I realized in that cafe years ago, just pick something and stick with it. And
Consistent.
yeah, it's like I now realize that nobody is so dumb that given enough time, they will not figure it out. I like even when you can't really see in front of you, of like given enough time, you're
Yeah.
gonna figure it out. And like so I look at like everything that I did and literally inventing play to earn where yeah, we made millions, but we should have made billions. And I mean, like I still go to events, to crypto events, and they're like, yo, you should you should be a billionaire by now. And I'm like, I know, stop it.
You know what's funny with the Pokemon idea? If you look at my other channel, my earlier videos, I actually put out a video saying an idea on Pokemon, but the difference was that instead of looking for monsters, you would look for coins. So you would look for different coins, and the plan was to integrate that with airdrops when the airdrop phase was going on like crazy. So imagine a company being able to drop, I don't know, 1,000 tokens right outside the stadium or outside an event or even inside an event. And you would also, so people would make money, literally make real, that was the whole point. That was the idea to make real profits from real cryptocurrencies, play to earn, but also to be able to bring people to any venue you wanted. Because I saw the craze with Pokemon back then. And it's a funny story because I was literally sitting on the beach fishing in my car at night, and I saw these people walking around with their phones. Like, I'm like, what the hell are they doing? And then and there were like older people, there was like 40-year-olds like looking like around, and I was like, what the hell? They probably lost something. And then I figured out later that they were looking for Pokemons, and apparently one was in my car or or something like that, but I don't know because they were just all over the place. But that caught my eye, and I always went with trend stacking. So I guess what you missed, the trend stacking was getting the NFTs. That would be stacking gaming, crypto gaming, and NFTs. That was the missing link to go for billions, I guess.
I wouldn't really say that. I think even if we had turned into NFTs, because if we had done that, it would have been at the beginning of 2019.
Mm,
But even then, we would have still had to stick with the project so that by the time 2020 came, like there was marketing behind this. It like at the core, the thing was we had shiny object syndrome.
mm.
At the core, that was the issue. It was shiny object syndrome. It was we kept this project for like about a year, a bit over a year, whereas like we should have kept at the project for 4 years. And I mean, it's like I can't really complain. We've all done really well, but it, I mean, Axie Infinity was worth $3 billion. So
But what happened to the projects now? What happened to the project now?
they, my co-founders wanted to turn it into an NFT sale in like 2021. The issue with that was that I wasn't involved because I was working on something else. And they just weren't able to give it their all because they were working on other things. And so they also had some shiny object syndrome even then, where it was where they had other things that they were doing, but they were seeing all these people just making crazy money with NFT sales. And they're like, well, we invented play to earn. We should do that. And it was like it's just they didn't give it enough energy and
Right.
attention.
Right.
And it was also a bit late, if I'm being honest. They also this sale happened a bit late as well. Like I was consulting a friend. I met this guy when I was in Budapest. Oh man, this is a cool story. Okay, this is a cool story. So, oh yeah, so I lived in Kiev for 2 years. It at the like end of the middle of 2021. 2000, yeah, end of the middle of 2021. I left Kiev, started traveling more. That was after lockdowns. And when I was in Kiev, this guy named Attila added me on LinkedIn. And I remember this guy Attila had the coolest beard. And I don't know why. Sometimes someone just looks so cool. You're just like, I bet this guy's gonna be awesome. I need to meet with this dude.
Right.
And he lived in Budapest. And so I get to Budapest. I'm like, yo, what up? I'm here. He just added me randomly because like when you invent play to earn people, like I know it sounds a little bit arrogant, but like people just add you. And
Yeah, of
I
course.
wasn't like I wasn't well known like I am now. And like now I have all these followers. Like it was just like, I did all these things in crypto and some people knew me. And so he added me on LinkedIn, and he would always post, and I would see him with his cool beard, and I'm like, I need to meet with the guy with the cool beard. So I meet with the guy with the cool beard, and he was actually a huge dork. He was really nice, but he was not like I expected him to be like this Viking warrior, this
Right.
tough Viking warrior, and he was the opposite of that.
Right.
But he did have this friend who he said was like the top crypto person in Budapest, and he's like, you need to meet with my friend. He's a top crypto person in Budapest. And so I'm like, all right, I'll go meet with him. And so the guy took me out to this like amazing dinner in Budapest. We had wild boar. I still remember, it was incredible. And I'm telling him about myself and what I'm doing. And he's like, I want you to be my CMO. And they had just launched an NFT sale and it had done like $2 million in the first month. And I'm like, I ended up telling him no because I'm just like, I have my own thing.
Right.
I'm super busy. Yeah, sorry, but let's stay in touch. So we stay in touch, and like a few months later, he's like, dude, my NFT company, they were selling like virtual land as NFT, like virtual tiles of land as NFTs. And then like a few months later, he's like, dude, my NFT company is making $8 to $10 million a month in profit.
Wow.
They went from like a $2 million sale to doing $8 to $10 million a month in profit. And he's like, come and he's like, be my CMO. And I still told him no, which I don't know. Maybe I should have said yes because I think I could have gotten a lot of money. But I said no. But I'm like, look, I'll consult for you. I will charge this. And it was still a lot. And I consulted him. And then I brought on my friend who is head of events at Forbes. He was just on my podcast last night. My friend who's head of events at Forbes, and then my mentor from doing SEO for blue chip companies when I was doing search engine optimization for companies like ADP, Procter and Gamble, Luxottica, like companies like that. And my mentor who became head of SEO at Omnicom. Omnicom, I think at one point was the biggest marketing agency by market cap, publicly traded marketing agency. And I think it was the biggest one by market cap, and he's head of SEO there. And so I brought those two on, and like the three of us together were so killer. And what happened with this company was they were making so much money and they were these kids who like this was their first huge win. Like one of them had like escape rooms, and the other one had a web development consultancy.
Wow.
But like this was their first huge win. And if you're making tens of millions of dollars a month in Hungary, that's the equivalent of doing hundreds of millions of dollars a month in the United States.
Oh
Like the
yeah.
purchasing
Yeah.
power is crazy. And so they hire like 60 people in a month and like they didn't know who was working on what. Everything was mismanaged and the company failed.
That's what happens. That's what happens, man. I've seen this so many times as well. So many times. But by the way, quick side note. Your friends wasn't Taja, was he?
No, Taja. Wait, in Budapest?
Taja is Forbes. He's in Forbes. I think is
Oh, no, no, no. My
someone
friend
I'm
is
talking.
My
Okay,
friend is named
I
Brett
just maybe it
Cohen.
was a small world kind of thing that was going to happen, but it didn't. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's okay. um, so that's what happened to a lot of companies in crypto because here's see back in 2017, going back there because I remember getting into crypto in 2017. I got into marketing because I saw there was no marketing. Marketing and sales was complete crap. It's still crap, but it's not as bad as it used to be. But back then, I remember there was no marketing and sales. And, there was a lot of great developers, awesome developers, very smart people, geniuses. But when it came to marketing, they just didn't get it. And that's how a lot of companies closed. That's how a lot of companies didn't work, even though Experty raised $11 million. And I don't know what they're doing now. I worked for them as a CMO. I worked for them for as a CMO. I quit the first time and I got fired the second time. I actually said the story on my because they just weren't compatible. We just
Why
wouldn't see
why
eye
did you
to
get
eye.
fired? Why did you get fired?
So I did not agree with them. Let's just say I did not agree with their direction of marketing. And because I quit the first time and they brought me back, and then I guess they started fighting between each other if they should keep me or not because they were partners. And it just leaned towards one side, and that was it. So it was kind of like, yeah, we were going to talk to you about it. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to rehire you after you quit, and stuff like that. And I understand it. That's fine. But the company ended up not going, and I told them they were just not going the right direction. Anyway, doesn't matter. The thing is that what do you see now? I want to ask you a few things. First of all, I want to ask you about the gaming industry. Since you were in gaming, if you see any projects for our viewers, some alpha, some insights, some advice as an investment side of things. But I want to ask you about marketing today. How do you see marketing in crypto today? What's the flaws? What can become better?
I think it's like any other. I think it's like any other business. I mean, okay, so I don't know the. I am probably one of the. A lot of people see me as like a top person for the technical instructions on how to post on Instagram and TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
and YouTube Shorts. I shared this to you before we started recording, but like I made the most viewed video in the world on the Silicon Valley Bank collapse. I made that from an iPhone 8. Like I made that video, shot that in Warsaw, Poland on the selfie camera of an iPhone 8. And like it looked like it was shot on a potato, but like it got tens of millions of views. And I started posting in for another project. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start making videos for this project. I'm gonna do build in public. I build in public on Twitter was taking too long. I think build in public on TikTok is not saturated like it is on Twitter, so I could probably do it on TikTok. I'm going to call myself build in public because I'm super not succeeding on Twitter, but I want to make it so if someone searches build in public on TikTok, then I'm number one. And now if you search build in public on TikTok, I'm number one. And I said, I'm just going to make videos for 30 days in a row. I'm going to commit to 30 days. And then if I want to keep going after that, I can keep going. That was November 1st, 2022. I have not missed a day of posting since. I have posted, even when I had the neurovirus, I was visiting my ex-girlfriend in Barcelona and we were so sick. And I still put up a video on TikTok and Instagram Reels. And so I plateaued in the middle of 2023 where I wasn't growing. I had only like 3,000 followers on Instagram. I had no idea what I was doing. And I plateaued for 3 months. And I had learned that lesson that I learned from creating play to earn. Whereas like
Yeah.
stick with it. No one is so dumb that they won't figure it out. And it took me 3 months to figure it out. And after those 3 months, like 5 months later, then I was at 25,000 followers, and now I'm at like 117,000 followers, and I'm
Right.
growing by a few every week. And now I know actually exactly what I'm doing. It's just a matter of having more time and bandwidth. Now I understand exactly how to grow on these platforms. And I'd say I think so. The only thing that I don't know is uh, do crypto videos get suppressed on TikTok and Instagram Reels? If they're not getting suppressed on YouTube Shorts, I'm guessing, and I've seen viral
Yeah.
crypto videos on TikTok and Instagram Reels, so I'm guessing that they don't. So look, assuming that it's like any other industry, It's so easy. I mean, it's a matter of volume. Post many times a day. There was this one guy, he posted on the Instagram marketing subreddit.
Hmm.
He grew an account from 0 to 1 million followers on Instagram in 2 months. And he did it by posting 12 times a day. He
Wow.
posted 12 times a day. And it's just and so it's called high frequency posting. I tried it. I was posting 6 times a day, and then I started growing by 1 to 3,000 followers every day. And it's really easy. It's just put out more stuff, get really efficient
Gary V
at,
it.
yeah, basically. And then, I mean, then eventually you'll hit like a point where you've kind of like saturated your market, but people's markets are a lot bigger than they think.
Mm, mm.
So I would do that. I would for crypto especially, from my experience, it's who you know.
Why is
I
it?
don't know if you
No, no,
why.
I disagree. I had the
I
same.
would no, I would say it's who you know because but in terms of alpha, it's who you know. You like people don't tell you real stuff until they trust you.
Oh yeah, you're talking about. Okay, I get. For them telling you stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yes, for sure. I mean, I had a lot of info from within the industry. When working in the industry, they do give you different information. Let's put it that way. But when it comes to who you know, it's a bit of a slippery slope. And I'll tell you why I was a bit negative to it. Not against now that you explained it, of course. A lot of time when I first came to Greece, everybody always said it's not what you know, it's who you know, it's who you know, it's who you, and they always had this excuse. It's who you know. Oh, he knows people. Oh, he knows people. So the thing that told me was, okay, go meet people. And then I became the person knowing people. Very, very simple terms back then. But then the same thing happened in crypto. When I got into crypto, I didn't know anybody. I got into marketing without knowing anything about crypto. All I knew is how to trade. Okay, I had a technical analysis background, a bit of a fundamental background, fundamental analysis wise in the forex industry, but I didn't know anyone. And I literally called my way. I told you the story earlier on, and met all these people, put them in a book, and then credibility by association and so on. Um, but you know, you could reach out and you can get to know people. So it's not who you know, it's how they know you.
Okay, fair.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
actually, no, I still don't know because it's not like most people don't know anything. So you need to actually know people who understand crypto, first of all. A lot of people don't understand it,
Yeah,
and a lot of people it's like in any industry, they just follow hive mind thinking. And it's like, I mean, you saw that during the NFT craze. You've seen that like during all these crazes. For me, the only thing that has consistently made sense through every cycle has been Bitcoin.
of
That
course.
was the only thing. And I remember in 2017, I read the Bitcoin white paper and I'm like, this makes sense. And I read the Ethereum white paper. I read all these other white papers and I'm like, not as much sense as Bitcoin.
Well, the Ethereum white paper back then was different. They were going for something different, right? They were going for a world computer. Now it's
Yes.
become the hub for, well, was the hub for decentralized applications. But Bitcoin on its own, hard sound money, simple stuff. That's it. You don't really need it for anything else.
Well, the thing about Ethereum was that a lot of applications that were a lot of projects, decentralized projects, dApps, decentralized applications, dApps, a lot of them didn't need blockchain.
No, they
And
don't. Of course
it
not.
was a very common thing where like I would enjoy sniffing out people who are BSing. So I would go to events, I would meet people, or I would throw an event, I would meet people, they would tell me about their project, and I'd be like, okay, why does this need a blockchain? And they would
Exactly.
never have a good answer. They
Exactly.
would never. So you actually need to find people who have a good answer, then fact check their answer from like other smart people that you know. And then once that person undergoes enough scrutiny, then you can like trust that person. And usually that person has like some real good insights into crypto. Those are the types of people to be friends with. And like those are the types of people who you want to trust you.
Right.
It's the people who are not like they're okay with being wrong and they're not going to say something if they don't really think that they're right.
Exactly. And then you have to realize that in crypto, everyone's scamming everyone, even themselves. Right?
Most people, yeah.
Yeah.
Most people. I don't think everyone. I think most people.
Most people, yeah, yeah. When I say everyone, I'm taking it to extremes. I don't mean every single person. Now, obviously,
Like, dude,
there's
I
some
know so many
exceptions.
people who just even now they're getting into crypto because it's like it's where the money is, but they don't know they don't actually understand what decentralization means.
No,
They don't really understand what a blockchain is. Like they don't actually understand this stuff and they don't care.
they just want the money. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
And
it's
and,
like and
and the more
those are
they get
not
in,
those are not the types of people. Those people will invite you to good events and they might connect you with some good people, but they don't know anything themselves. They do not have the knowledge to accurately judge projects. Maybe they can know if a project is going to quickly pop off and then go to zero.
yeah.
Maybe they can know that. But like when do you sell? It's still like the game. Like when do you sell? So I try to myself with the people who just have fundamental understandings.
Mm.
For me, those are always the best people
But it
in
is
whatever
hard to
industry.
find.
They're hard to find. I'm very good at attracting them because I really try not to BS other people, and I'm a pretty genuine person. But the people who have fundamental understandings and who aim to like really just figure out what the truth is in any industry, those are the best people. Those are my favorite people, and especially in crypto, those are the people who will actually have real alpha.
Let's go back to the marketing thing now, because when I said everyone's scamming everybody, obviously I took an extreme sometimes. I think it's just funnier. Obviously, there's always exceptions to the rule. But let's be honest, most people are scamming everyone, whether they know it or not. Because a lot of people,
I'm not scared. I'd never scam you. I'd never scam you, Paul. I'd never to all the listeners and watchers. I'd never scam you. I don't scam. I don't scam anybody.
But
I'm
but
the
but
I'm
but
the
look
one
what's
exception.
going on. But look, Edward, look what's going on. Like for example, right? You have crypto companies, you have influencers, and you have the audience, right? Now the influencers are either making videos talking about coins they're holding and they believe in, which is fine. That's how everyone starts. Or they're talking about companies and sponsored videos. Now the sponsored videos, most of them they never even disclose it. I know this. Companies actually ask them not to disclose because they think it will sell more and it's better, which is bullshit. But anyway, that doesn't matter.
Is that
Um,
bullshit?
it is bullshit. I'll explain why later, though. We can go back to that. I just want to finish my point here. So they're not disclosing. And then what happens is um, when companies hire them, they're like, okay, you have so many views, so many subscribers, so I can give you this much. So they're like, wait a minute, I want so much. You're like, no, you only have so many views. So what do the YouTubers do? They inflate their views, whether it's by buying fake views or even YouTube advertising or promotion, which kills your channel, by the way. But they do that so the company's happy, so they're paying
It's
them more.
really
So
the thing is, it's really like so. When I was really active in crypto, I would get pitches from these YouTube people all the time, and it was always even on Instagram. I can tell you how to know if someone has fake followers, but it's always the easiest thing to see. Go look at the comments. Do the videos have like not enough comments? And if they have plenty of comments, are all the comments the same? And like,
go to
or are
Social
they?
Blade. Social
Pardon?
Blade, look at the drops whenever they lose like 10,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right, very easy.
yeah,
Go to
yeah.
the older videos, you'll see there's a different language or it was a different type of channel when they bought the channel and they just made it into crypto. But companies don't see this. They see views and numbers, and then they wonder why they don't get sales. And then, but at the same time, it's their fault because they're not paying. They don't want to pay. They're getting so everyone's lying to everyone. It becomes like a huge thing. So with me, because I do sponsored content on my channel,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
always disclose. When I charge for honest reviews, that's what they get. So if they're a scam, I'm gonna call them a scam in the sponsored video. I don't give a shit. That's what I do. As a matter of fact, my audience laughs at this. It's actually kind of funny. I point out red flags. Now, going back to non-sponsored versus sponsored, if it's better, look, it depends how you deliver it. If you know how to sell, and you know how to sell a sponsored video, it makes no difference. As a matter of fact, I would like to know if a company is actually paying for marketing. That's one of the key things a company should do anyway, because I don't care about the product. If they're not doing marketing, it means they don't know what they're doing anyway. So, but you know, if you go to these faceless channels or these channels and you see they're not good delivery, they don't know how to speak, they don't have a presence in camera, they have no swag, no, what can I put, how can I put this? Nothing. And they're just giving a review and just talking and just reading what the text says and they pay for that shit, and then they pay for views, and the company thinks they're happy, and they're not selling. They don't make sales. Then they come to me, they get 500 views on the video, they make sales. Like, what happened? Well, they're real and I know how to sell, and I sell what I believe in. Very simple. So this is why a lot of companies get wrecked, and this is also why KOLs are going to start getting wrecked, and they're not going to get any business at the end of the day because they're losing trust. So companies are going to start paying less, and less. Only the big channels are going to get paid because they want branding. There's different types of videos you make. You want the big YouTubers, the nano influencers, the micro influencers. You want different types of videos for branding, credibility, and so on. So what's happening is everyone's shooting themselves in the foot. That's what I'm trying to say. And everyone's scamming everybody because everything's fake.
If you buy followers, if you buy engagement, that ruins, you said it yourself, that ruins a
Your
channel.
channel.
And
you
it's
have
on
to do it all
every
the time.
platform.
You have to keep on doing
Instagram,
it.
TikTok, YouTube, it ruins everything. Never, ever, ever, ever. You could operate that channel for like 2 years and then you have to start a new account because you
Exactly.
literally like the algorithm just doesn't know how to, even if you put out a viral hit, the algorithm wouldn't know who to show it to. It would show it to bots, or it would show it to people in irrelevant countries. And like, so yeah, that stuff, it's just the worst. For me, look, I sat down in that cafe in Kiev. I had a big cappuccino, a slice of cake. I journaled about Axie Infinity, and I'm like, play the long game, like F shiny object syndrome, play the effing long game. And once you commit to the long game, it is a game changer. First of all, you wake up every day and you know exactly what you need to do. You have the most amazing sense of direction. You become so like, you know what you need to say no to, you know what you're going to say yes to, and you say you know to most things, and it's very easy to say no to that thing because your sense of direction is so strong. And it's like you grow, and year over year, like you can't even fathom how much money you're going to make if you just commit to sticking with something. Also, oftentimes, I'll tell you a story. Okay, so this is a good story. So over the summer, I went to the Forbes Iconoclast Summit in Lower Manhattan at Cipriani Wall Street. There was 200 people in the room, over $20 trillion assets under management. $20 trillion assets under management in a room of 200 people. Wow. Ryan Reynolds spoke, Vinod Khosla spoke, but one of the most insightful things was from this guy, Jay Penske. And Jay Penske, 19 years ago, he founded something called Penske Media Corporation, PMC. And if you look at like the 16 companies that get most of the clicks from Google, organic search clicks from Google, PMC is one of those top 16 companies getting the most clicks. PMC owns like just the biggest publishers in media. And Jay Penske kind of talked about how he built PMC. And he had this quote, and I made a viral video about it because it just really stuck out to me. And he's like, I have committed to making generational assets and playing the long game. And he's like, paradoxically, when you commit to playing the long game, everything in the short term works out way better. And like the dude said that on stage. And I found this so much. So back to like playing the short game with like YouTube, like to me that just doesn't even make sense. It's like, be okay if it takes a bit slower at the beginning, because as long as you're actually like not juicing it, and that juice is fake, it's like poison. Like you're gonna be huge. And
well, that's the thing. I agree with you. I mean, I have a YouTube channel. I made it through cancer. I was posting videos while I was getting chemotherapy, getting bone marrow transplant. So I'm very into the long game. But what's going on now is you have a YouTube channel. They want views. There's a difference between paying you 500 euros and 10,000 euros, right, or dollars. And what happens is you spend a couple of hundred for YouTube ads. You get those. There's no conversions. but then you're
How
stuck. You
how
have to do it
often
for
how
every
often are
video.
these people how often are these people getting that amount of money?
They have to keep on. That's every time they have a sponsor.
So which how often is that? Like the
Uh,
average person who's faking their views.
oh, I
Like
don't know about that. I know that an agency actually not hired me, but I was working with them, and I actually pointed out which channels were faking their views for them. I told them how to search, what to look for, and obviously those channels are not getting sponsorships anymore. But if it's a kid that's 17 years old, he only needs to get 10,000 once or twice. He's happy, right? The only problem is after he has to pay for promotions on every single video. So the video will never get a lot of subscribers. It will just get a lot of views.
also
Or
he can't like
no,
the
you
amount of
can't. You
money
can't
that
scale.
yeah, he can't scale. Like cool. Like you, maybe if at best, come on, how many of those deals is he gonna get every like quarter? He's gonna maybe like one every
You
quarter
realize
at
that some
best.
of the biggest channels in crypto, if most of the channel, I don't want to mention names at this point. I
I'm
used
sure they're all poor. I'm
to,
sure the people are all poor.
most of that, and most of them are fake views, fake comments,
I
fake
know, dude.
everything.
They would pitch me. Sometimes I'd get really mad at them and say I don't do that anymore. But sometimes I get mad at them, like send them nasty messages. That was
And
years
they
ago.
could have done it so organic. They could have had it. I mean, think about it. Like, there's no. Sometimes you see these channels with these kind of views and videos, subscribers. There's not even that. They weren't even that many people in crypto when they had those subscribers.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
I mean, get
Yeah,
real.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, what's going on here?
All right, here's how you win in crypto. Be authentic.
Yeah,
Don't like look, I mean, I can tell you like a lot of the biggest gaming companies, they did kind of like cheat in terms of like transactions.
oh yeah,
And so like they would inflate transactions to make it look like they had like more people. But that's different than buying followers and engagement, which just messes up your algorithm permanently. That's
exactly.
very like doing that short-term stuff for like a crypto game or a crypto project. That's not going to like make it so that your project can't succeed in the future because it can still succeed in the future. But like
Right,
when it comes to like actually growing a brand and growing on social media, like that stuff just messing with the algorithm will just make it so you literally just tanked your entire brand.
exactly,
And so it's
exactly.
like be authentic, be okay if like you were perceived as having low views. I mean, dude, I made a video about this one guy. He has like 460 followers on YouTube. And off of these 460 followers, he made $1 million
Yeah.
off of them in a year. And like you like just be genuine. Like
Imagine having a room of 495 people just listening to you every day. And
yeah.
you good at sales and
Dude,
have a
and
good product.
it was a fitness brand too. It wasn't like fintech or anything.
There you
Like,
go.
yeah, he was extremely targeted, very genuine, figured out what his audience wanted to hear, and then like kept hitting them all the
And
time.
there are crypto YouTubers out there that have a small following that deserve a lot more. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about smaller YouTube channels. They have so much more alpha they could bring. But they either quit or stop or whatever
Mm.
because they just don't get the companies don't give them the sponsorships. Oh, you're too small, and they offer them peanuts. And this is a bit and you know, and the companies serves them right. They go pay more for other YouTubers and pay for a bunch of fake views without them knowing. So
The thing about crypto, I was gonna say to you, I was be like, dude, why don't you start? You're good at marketing, you understand crypto. Why not start your own like crypto company? And then I remember it's like most companies don't actually need crypto. Most
most
companies don't
companies
need to
don't
be on the
actually need
blockchain.
crypto.
And
Exactly.
like back when we were considering doing an ICO in 2017, we didn't want to scam people. So we would come up with these ideas and then the next day we'd be like, it doesn't work. It just doesn't make sense.
I'm involved in a Web2 company for gaming. We'll talk about it after the call. That's getting into crypto, but in a different way. And no ICOs, no raising money, no nothing. Don't need it. It's something that my partner's working on, and they're doing everything in-house, but they're not looking to sell NFTs to make money. They don't need to do that. So they're trying to do something so long term. We were gonna do NFTs in the beginning, and then we decided not to. And we're just gonna see what we do with that.
As
Um,
far as I understand, like the best place in crypto right now, like the two best places, as far as I understand, it's Bitcoin and DeFi.
I
And it's
agree.
like I don't know. I also wondered like to what extent will be really stupid people, like there was during NFTs,
It's
ICOs.
gonna happen again.
You
I
think
mean, you
so?
see it with meme coins.
Are they blowing up now?
Meme coins, they blew up quite a few times. There was a meme mania. I mean, it's
No,
so.
I remember. I know that there were. I know that that meme coins have blown up in the past. Are they blowing up again?
Oh yeah,
Like
oh yeah,
what?
yeah. Look at they just pump and then they just dump. We
Okay.
had a couple of meme coin mania. Look at Pepe. Look at all these other meme coins. Fart coin, for fuck's sake.
How
It's,
recent is that?
oh, this is like what now? I could
Yeah.
up. Meme coins are what made some of the most gains this market. They outperformed everything, dude. I hold some meme coins that I believe are good to hold, but I do it a bit. I have a different philosophy behind them. Obviously, there's no fundamentals or anything like that. But I've always been holding Dogecoin. I'm a
Okay.
Dogecoin fan.
Sure.
It's
I
just
mean,
it's not
Elon
pretending to
makes
be,
it easy.
but I wasn't before Elon. And you know what it was with Dogecoin? It's not pretending to be something it's not. We are a meme coin. That's all we are. It was a joke. That's what we are.
Okay.
This is what you get. Sort
Sure.
of thing,
Sure.
and the community is real. And then I would put something like on Foxy, but Foxy is not really a meme coin play, it's a linear play. So when Linear came out, the blockchain for MetaMask, they have the Foxy token. So getting into Foxy is kind of making a bet on that chain. And if you believe that meme coin manias will come and go, it's a bet on that chain. Same with Brett on Base, for example, for Coinbase's chain. So you could do something like that when it comes to meme coins.
Okay.
But all other meme coins is just a
So
matter of buying and selling fast.
how about a Paul meme coin?
How about I don't want to do a meme coin, dude.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't want to do a meme coin.
Okay.
It's too easy. Not too easy. It's just not me. It's just not
Probably. I was thinking it's too much work.
too much. No, you can do it in 15 under 15 minutes. You can launch a meme coin on some.
No, but to do like the marketing for it.
Well, I have a YouTube channel, and obviously I have YouTuber friends. It's very easy for me to do it.
Well, then there you go. Like you don't need to have the fundamentals. Like you
Yeah,
don't need the
that's
fundamentals.
the
Like you just
here's
do
the
it for
market.
fun.
Here's the tokenomics. I know people that know people.
Yeah, that's the tokenomics.
It's true. It's true. If I were to do something, because of my background, and I've worked a lot for my reputation. I really have, and I've worked a lot for my name. Um, not that I have anything against meme coins. Not that I'm saying I'll never do it. But if I did do it, it would have to be a reasonable. Have to be. It would be. There would be so many takeaways, as in don't buy this coin marketing. So to protect people, they would probably work. They probably want them to make it buy it more of them. But listen, no, I got my books. I write my books. I've got my name. I don't want to work too hard anymore. Ever since the last time I won cancer, I couldn't work online. I couldn't work high stress. I couldn't work high stress environments anymore. That's the only time I made coaching, one-on-one coaching available for people on my channel. Later on, the group as well, where people can talk to me almost 24 hours a day. Very different than what most people do. They don't need to buy it. I'm not telling them to buy it. It's just if you want somebody over your shoulder to show you how to do something and tell you their opinion, you can do that, but you have free videos talking about everything. So if you want to do that, you want coaching, fine. If not, it's okay. That's all I do though. Um, but that's for a meme coin. Nah, I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Well, that sounds more honest.
I try, I don't know how much time I have left. The last thing I want to be known as is a scammer. You know what I mean?
Well, if I mean, but the thing about meme coins, as you described, is it's like it's like F the world. This doesn't matter. There's no tokenomics.
If I did a meme coin right now as we spoke, right off of my head, I would probably invent a little alien. The white paper would be in alien. I would probably get ChatGPT 4 to make a language or something. Um, and it would be a complete parody and funny sort of thing about how, I don't know, I'll find a story behind it and make this little alien meme coin and how this meme coin is used to help these aliens on their planet. but understand that they're going to probably come and attack the world anyway at some point or some stupid shit like that, and there's no guarantee in getting any money out of it, and a whole bunch of disclaimers. So I would probably call it like WOG coin or something. I don't know how I would like BJ, some stupid letters there, and probably have lots of fun with it and just. This coin doesn't do anything. We're trying to take over your world with it, or some stupid shit like that, and just make it fun. That I can
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, have some fun with it.
That I can understand.
My take is like, look, if you unless you like really understand DeFi, like do DeFi, but if you don't, if there's like if you're just buying coins because people are telling you to buy coins without even understanding them, I don't know. I think most people are probably better off just buying and holding Bitcoin, is my take.
No,
I
I
mean,
agree. I
dude,
totally
Bitcoin's
agree.
at 90K, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if I think I said this to you before the podcast.
yeah, yeah.
Like it was like, I got into crypto in the middle of 2017. Maybe it was during the podcast, but I was at this party. My friend turns to me, and it was at the end of 2017, and he looks at me, and his eyes are huge, and he's like, "Bitcoin just hit
Yeah.
20,000. What?" And now it's at 90.
And it's
Woke up
gonna
this
go.
morning. It's at night, dude. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. I don't know. Like, could it go to a million? Probably. Probably. Just like,
Why
like,
not? Why
why
not?
not? Why not? Just like get Bitcoin. Like that's my take. It's like Bitcoin is like the safe thing, and it makes the thing is read the white paper. It just makes sense. It makes.
Or read the Bitcoin Standard by Saifedean Ammous.
I haven't
The
read that.
book.
I haven't
Oh,
read
dude,
it.
amazing book. It talks about fiat,
Really?
how it talks all about fiat and money and the invention of money, then talks about Bitcoin at the end and
Maybe I
just
did
does
read
it in a
that.
way.
Maybe I did read that.
It's
But
an
yeah, I
amazing
mean it
book.
just by all standards it makes the only thing is like fine, like fiat has like guns backing it up. Okay, fine. But the thing is like there's so much
Well,
institutional money getting into Bitcoin now.
they're not very good at it, even with the guns. If you look at some countries, I mean, they've gone down to shit, right?
Well, that's true. That's true as well.
The
Who
thing
knows
is
what will
though, but I
happen?
understand why people want to invest in cryptocurrency, and so I'm a semi Bitcoin max. I'm a shitcoin minimalist. So
Okay.
I like coins to make more Bitcoin, right? And it's to look at what narratives are working. For example, AI, gaming, transecting between AI and gaming. It just makes sense to invest in these narratives, in these trends, so to speak. Same with the Bitcoin ecosystem. I knew it was going to blow up because of the Bitcoin and everything. We got into BRC20s, stamps, SRC20s, and so on. I even explained how to buy them before they were even available uh, early in my channel. But I always take profits in Bitcoin. Just take profits in Bitcoin. That's accumulate more Bitcoin. It's the only thing you need to do. And not only that, if you do that and you take profits into Bitcoin, when there's a dump in Bitcoin and altcoins go even further, guess what? You can use Bitcoin to buy the dips. So you're always exposed to crypto and you're growing your bags over time, right? So that's what my sort of strategy is. And of course, there's a little bit more details into it if you watch my channel. But that's what I try to help people do. Like try to actually make money and not get wrecked.
Wait,
And
so
try,
you said you're buying the dips for different coins.
excuse me?
You said you're buying the dips for different coins, not
So
Bitcoin. You're using
so
your Bitcoin to buy the dips for different
yes,
coins.
if you're in a bull market, which we are, you have Bitcoin going up, right? And you have altcoins exceeding Bitcoin. You take profits into Bitcoin. And then a lot of times when the market dumps, Bitcoin will dump 20%, 30%, altcoins will jump 70, 80%.
Yeah, but how do you know
If
but
you're
like
still
but
if you're
still
still
like
in the bull market, but you only use a portion of it to buy the
I'm just
dips.
like how do you know which dips to buy?
Well,
It's like
you look which con well, okay, there's certain ones are no-brainers. You can look at charts, you can look at what's been working, you can look at narratives that are in. AI was a no-brainer, Solana was a no-brainer, right? There's coins like this, but again, you don't sell your whole Bitcoin to buy shitcoins. You took profits already into Bitcoin, and some of those profits, a small amount, you can buy altcoins again because you're buying them so cheap. So you're taking a venture capitalist approach. You're buying a portfolio of altcoins in anticipation for the altcoins to again go above Bitcoin and then take profits back into Bitcoin. And there's a lot of timing involved, of course, and a lot of stuff like that. But if you think about it, let's be honest, if you are somebody that has 1,000 euros to your name, you're not going to become a millionaire with Bitcoin, my friend. You're just not.
No, but you could turn that into $10,000, ten
Yeah,
thousand euros.
big
I mean,
whoopee.
you're better. You're like, I mean, €1,000 is it's not even anything to do. Like, you can't even survive off that for like maybe several
But
months. But that
but with 1,000 euros, you can make 30, $40,000, sorry, or euros if you grab altcoins in the beginning of a bull market. As
okay,
if you get the right
assuming,
ones.
yeah, come on, bro. Like, oh, bro, you could also use that €1,000 and buy a bunch of lottery tickets, and if one of those pops off, you're gonna be a rich man.
Not the same thing. Because the mistake people make, and this is where there's two sides, there's two different sides now. There's the sides that tell you all you have to do is buy in the bear market, which is wrong, and I'll explain why in a second. And there's the side that says, and the other side that says, you don't buy, you could just buy lottery tickets, okay? The truth is somewhere in the middle. First of all, the big mistake is you never buy in the bear market. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Because in the bear markets are long, they're brutal. A lot of companies can close, get scammed, their utility is obsolete, CEOs fight, a whole bunch of shit can happen. Then, another thing that can happen is as you're coming out of the bear market, there might be different narratives. Different coins are showing strength, but your money is locked up in the bear market and you can't get into those coins. So you're missing the narratives. So you're supposed to buy as you're coming out of the bear market, unless you're buying Bitcoin. If you're buying Bitcoin, you buy that in the bear market. Yes, eyes closed. But if you're getting into altcoins, you never buy them in the bear market. You buy Bitcoin. You buy the altcoins as you're coming out of the bear market. And that's only if you want to amplify and understand it's a trade and understand the significant risk. But
Yeah,
it's
but you didn't say how to identify which altcoins to buy. It's
well, I'm
just
not gonna.
what are you saying that are you saying that they're all going
You
up?
can, you can. I didn't say that. I said that's why you shouldn't buy in the bear market because they're not all going to go up. You
No,
have
no, but you're
which ones
saying
are
you
showing
buy as
strength.
they're coming out of the bear market, and then what? You buy as they're all going up, and then
I'll give you a good example. If Solana, we called it at $2, and then we
okay.
told everyone to buy the dip at $8.5, and this is documented on my channel.
No, I'm
By
sure.
the way, I quote 15.6K bottom for Bitcoin before it happened, and I won a bet with Gareth Soloway on it because everyone was
Dope,
making fun of me. And
dope.
and and you can see videos of me in hospital begging people to buy Bitcoin at
Wow,
16,700,
wow.
right? So
I, that was what? That was like 2 years ago.
yeah, yeah. So you
I
need to know
was
what
I
you
was
need to
looking at the
learn.
chart. I was looking at
Yeah,
the chart, and I
it's
was like,
crazy.
what?
It was crazy. It was a big
What?
opportunity.
I just couldn't believe like what it was like at 80 yesterday, and now it's at 90.
That's
What?
it's the chart
Like,
today. What is Bitcoin doing right now, by the way?
dude, I don't know, man. It could go to like 200 in the next couple of months.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is crazy. Dude, we've been in this space for so long.
Bitcoin's at 85,000. So around 90,000, I said if you're trading, take profits. This was in my group. If you're not trading, just hold. Bitcoin's going to go higher.
Bitcoin's cool. I mean, it's just also the fact that like we still don't know who Satoshi is. It,
That's a
what
blessing.
it is, but that's another reason why it's like Bitcoin is like the best.
It's the
I don't
only
know.
decentralized, rephrase that. It's the only sufficiently decentralized cryptocurrency there is in the world.
I agree. It's the only one. And that's why it's the thing that's kind of scares me about. I mean, so I like used to study like not really study, but I was when I was learning about quantum computers and when I was getting into crypto, I'm like, well, what about quantum computers? And it's like, well, quantum computers comes along, like all encryption is going to be like the global financial system. It's not just going to be Bitcoin. It's going to
Mm.
be everything. So I have everything to worry about. But like it's yeah, fine. Bitcoin is not quantum proof, but it is also
I read Andreas Antonopoulos actually addressed this. I can't remember the answer. I would have pretended to be
I
so
don't think it's
smart right
quantum
now.
proof. I'm pretty certain it is not quantum proof.
There's certain things you can do though. I see. I'm not gonna even try.
And the other thing is like I think during our time, I used to go to events and people would tell me like actually it's like there are these Chinese miners and together they hold like over 51% of all Bitcoin. and like they actually like control it. And then I would meet then I would meet people with crypto hedge funds who were like literally just able to control the market using
But you
their
don't
buys and
really.
sells.
But it's not just about the miners. It's about the nodes, right? There's everyone has 16,000 nodes that we know of that are hidden in Bitcoin. So it's not just about the miners, and people get this confused, right?
What? How so?
Well, it's the nodes is what holds the blockchain, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, it's okay. I believe so. It's been like years since I read the white paper,
Yes, it
so
is.
I'm gonna explain. When I read the white paper in 2017, it all made sense. When I would go to events and talk to people at that time and like talk about it, it still made sense. So when I was like at my deepest in crypto, it made a lot of sense. Have forgotten a lot about Bitcoin.
It's about the nodes.
Okay.
So it's not just the nodes, the miners that mine for the fee and the transactions and everything like that. And it's the end user, the developers, which in order to change it, you have to put in a proposal, they have to accept it, and then they have to vote for it. There's consensus. And that's the decentralized aspect of Bitcoin. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I'm a tech like guy now explaining Bitcoin and how it works. I'm not. But it's a lot more than just miners
I
involved.
thought the miners were like tied to the nodes.
Well, no, I could have a node right now. I don't have to mine.
Okay. I need to think about this more. I don't remember. There's a clear answer, and I don't remember what it is.
Let's talk about the events because you mentioned the events as well, and that's interesting. You said you ran the most successful event. Not was it crypto
It
related?
was the biggest blockchain meetup in the world. So what happened was we had this programming meetup group, and it had like 9,000 members or something. And then we wanted to, like, middle of 2017, I had just left this company that I was working at, this agency that I was doing SEO at for like other huge companies. And my friend who started this meetup group, this programming meetup group with 9,000 members, he came to me. He's like, dude, you're the best marketer I know. Let's do an ICO. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm going to focus like heavy on SEO, on search engine optimization. He's like, let's do an ICO. These companies are making millions in days. It's like, let's do an initial coin offering. And I'm like, no, 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 no. And then I was researching crypto and I found out that this friend who, like, when I was working at nightclubs in New York City as a promoter, one of my close friends at the time who I had lost touch with, he left New York City, so we fell out of touch. He went to go live on Tony Hsieh's Airstream Village, and then he did mushrooms and like and listened to the Bitcoin podcast where Vitalik went on, and like as that was happening, like or like before that, he thought of Ethereum, and then he heard Vitalik on this Bitcoin podcast, and Vitalik was talking about Ethereum or like what he conceptualized it as Ethereum. And my friend was like, I need to meet this guy. So he drove up from Nevada to Oregon, and then he met, I think it was Oregon, and he met Vitalik, and he became, I think, their head of global marketing at the beginning. My friend Anthony Donofrio, different from Anthony Vittorio, was that his name? There were like two Anthonys on the founding team, two Anthony D's on the founding team. Anthony Donofrio, I am Texture on X, and I saw that, like, I was searching on LinkedIn and I just put in Ethereum into LinkedIn to see who I knew like in this space. I didn't know anything, so that's why I put in Ethereum on LinkedIn, and I see my friend, he's like head of global marketing in Ethereum, and I'm like, oh cool, you work at Ethereum. I just like messaged him randomly, and he's like, no dude, I'm one of the co-founders of Ethereum.
Oh
And
wow,
sure enough, like you can find him in all these pictures with
yeah.
Vitalik and like and everyone. He was there and he knew everyone. And so I'm like, okay, I have a natural advantage in this space. Maybe I should actually use it. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to use this natural advantage. And so I like used his connection to get people to my events, to get like guests at my events. And and then we use the existing, everyone at that time in 2017, it's like so many people, especially ones who were interested in programming, were also interested in crypto. So we started doing crypto events for this programming meetup group. And we also started having like big founders in the crypto space
Mm.
as our guests. And we taught this like crazy class in Solidity, and hundreds of people came, and like the founder of Solidity literally taught at the class. And we threw all of these crypto events. And by having like crypto language, just like this is SEO, by having language around Ethereum and blockchain in now all of our new events and in our meetup group, Meetup.com in their topics listed us first as the biggest Ethereum blockchain meetup group in the world, and they relabeled us as the biggest blockchain meetup group in the world, just as the biggest plain blockchain meetup group in the world. And we through all these events, I would also use this to just cold email some of the biggest people in crypto,
Right.
like all these billionaires that I would just, and this was, this was even before we had our crypto game. And once we had our crypto game, I was like, people knew me. So it was like easy to meet with anyone. But this was before that. And I would just cold email some billionaire in crypto, and he was a billionaire from something else. And I'd be like, yo, we have the biggest Ethereum meetup in the world. Like, would love
Wow.
to talk to you about your project. And everyone would have us over. And we went to so many Manhattan penthouses, crazy duplexes, like crazy duplex, 7-bedroom Manhattan penthouses worth
Wow.
hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, we went to so many of them. Man, we knew, what was his name? The founder of Celsius, Alex Mashinsky. Like, we did, we knew Alex Mashinsky, who's in prison now. And like, yeah, we knew all
Did you
these.
send him any cards?
Pardon?
Did you send him any cards?
We we had actually Celsius's, I think, CMO at one of our events.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and they wanted me to consult them, and I went to a penthouse to give them advice at some
Wow.
point. But but yeah, so we just threw all these events, and then Meetup.com labeled us. Now we're not the biggest in the world anymore. Now we're labeled, I think, at number 9 in
But I
if you
was
go to
going to
Meetup.
ask, do you still do events?
No, dude, I'm entirely focused on like what I'm doing now, which is like I I have my own companies, so I have my own software companies, but I'm about to release my own. This is like what I'm about to release is this product called Compact Keywords, compactkeywords.com. It is, I think, the best marketing channel. And it's a marketing channel called bottom of funnel search engine optimization. Everyone knows what search engine optimization is, but when most people think of search engine optimization, they think of top of funnel. They think of keywords like a keyword is something that people put into Google. They think of keywords like what, how, when, like informational queries. And these things have all the traffic, but they don't have the conversions. People
Mm.
who are searching something to learn, they're not really searching to convert. They're searching to learn. So for that reason, they have all the traffic and they're seen as sexy, and it's what most digital marketers focus on, but they're hard to rank for. And like especially recently, Google has been pushing user-generated content like this podcast, like your short form videos, or like Reddit to rank for these top of funnel keywords. And bottom of funnel keywords for years have been untouched and are going to continue to be untouched because there's just so many more of them. And the thing about bottom of funnel keywords is they're always overlooked because they don't have as much search volume, but their conversions are way, 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 way higher. If you're searching like embed TikTok feed on website, you know exactly what you're looking for. You just don't
Yeah,
know the
yeah,
brand that's going to give it to you. And
yeah.
once you find a brand that makes a page called embed TikTok feed on website, and it makes this page for people who are searching that keyword, you're going to convert immediately. And like that's a bottom of funnel keyword. And the thing is, there's so few companies who actually target bottom of funnel keywords because they only want to go after the highest volume keywords, which have the lowest conversions. They don't think about going after bottom of funnel
That's
keywords, which
interesting.
also they also take less work to rank for. They take like top of funnel keywords require 3,000 words. A bottom of funnel keywords requires 400 words. And you can use these bottom of funnel keywords in your videos. If you take a keyword, you put it at the beginning of your video
Right,
title
I used
and
to
at the
do that
beginning
back
of
in
your
the day.
description. Dude, I've shown up on Google 8 hours after publishing a video. I made this video. I saw Ryan Reynolds speak. He talked about his marketing strategy. I made a video called Ryan Reynolds Marketing Strategy. I put that at the beginning of the video title, the beginning of the description. This one is a top of funnel. This one is a top of funnel keyword, but it was just like that's what I made my video about. And 8 hours later, after publishing the video, if you searched Ryan Reynolds Marketing Strategy, I had the featured snippet. I was showing number 1, and Morning Brew, top publisher, was before me. And now I think I still rank. If you search Ryan Reynolds Marketing Strategy, you'll still see some of my videos. That
So,
bottom
quick
of funnel
question.
SEO. That's
Let's
what it
let's
is.
let's let's do an experiment with an example. So this podcast, I'm going to put it out on the Crypto Factor YouTube channel. What would be a good title for this video? Because we talked about a few things here, so we have a lot of things we can talk about. We want to talk about what we want to title with one thing. I would say you don't want to title too many things. We talk about this, and that. One thing. What's the one thing from this podcast so far? What would we title the podcast?
I would okay if you were doing it for SEO because it depends.
Yeah,
It's
of
like
course, of course.
if
But
you have a
maybe you can mix and match it with
you can't
browser.
you actually it's kind of hard to mix and match. So if you have it's like if you have a big audience, then you should just title it what will get the most clicks. If you don't have the biggest audience and you think you will get more clicks from search over time, if you were doing it for SEO, you might title it like, and this is a bit misleading, but it's kind of accurate. You might say like crypto marketing expert breaks down how to make a crypto company pop off in 2024. Crypto
That's a
marketing
long
expert.
title. It has to be 17 characters, 70 characters.
Oh, yeah, but like okay, fine.
Crypt-
Crypto
Expert.
marketing expert like shares, I don't know, shares alpha. Or like but you
So
have
you're
your let's say
targeting crypto marketing expert.
no, we're targeting crypto marketing,
Crypto
and we want to
marketing.
yeah, and we want to take crypto marketing and have that at the beginning of the video title. And I would say, is it a bottom of funnel? It's like I would say it's more like middle of funnel, or maybe even like top of funnel. The thing
Crypto
actually,
marketing expert reveals all.
yeah, something
Or
like that.
reveals secret insights.
And then you would have crypto marketing expert at the beginning of the description as well.
Yeah.
And that would be, and crypto marketing is really like, because if you're searching crypto marketing and you see a video titled crypto marketing expert reveals, that could address your search intent.
So let's do what about if we target for browse when it comes to YouTube, so not SEO, but you make a blog or we make a blog post out of it that does this.
Well, here's the thing. Google is pushing user generated content above like content, especially on like platforms like YouTube or Reddit or Quora, way above just like written content on a website, on
Well,
like a
no,
random website.
what I do is tell me if I'm doing the right thing here. So
What you could do,
I'm
what you could
limited
do,
to I put in ChatGPT and tell it to give a human voice to it and rewrite the script into a human voice after I transcribe it.
um, I Google's improving at recognizing it's not perfect at it and it misses a lot, but it's also improving. And
Hmm.
the thing is, if you have too much AI generated text on your website, Google has been shown before to give crazy penalizations to not just your one website, but literally every single one of your websites connected with Google Search Console. They don't do that to everybody, but they do that to some people, especially people who have big voices because they want to scare them. Because then they're going to talk about it on social media and other people are going to see and they're going to be like, okay, I shouldn't F around with AI
Well,
generated.
I tried doing it for my channel for the blog section of it, and it's been working okay. I'm not very good at blogs and stuff like that, by the way. It's not my thing. Um, but I was wondering if there was something there.
Dude, there are plenty of sites that I can show you that spike up using programmatic AI SEO, and they spike up, and it's like the question like for how long?
Hmm.
It's like like you are literally going against the highest paid like best engineers in the world at Google, trying to outsmart them, and it's like sure you can get away with it for a couple of months, maybe you can even get away with it for almost a year. But I don't know. Like I said, I play the
But
long
it's
game.
not that I got AI to write the shit for me. It's kind of like
Okay, did you well actually let me ask you this. Did you review all of it yourself or did you just copy and paste it?
I told it to make some changes that I didn't like.
But did you like literally read the whole thing yourself
What do you mean,
before
read what?
posting it?
The blog post? Yeah, I read it.
Okay. So
Oh,
that's fine. What a lot of people are doing is they're just having AI generate like hundreds or thousands of pages that are
oh, no,
not
no, I'm talking
human
about one
checked.
blog post. I'm talking about another
Oh yeah, yeah, sure, that's fine.
here and there whenever I have. So
Yeah,
I'll
that's
make a
fine.
video. I'll take this video, for example, put it into ChatGPT, find the highlights, and tell it to like write it.
But dude, dude, like a lot of people just can very easily recognize AI generated text. And there's tools that are very, very good at recognizing AI generated text. You can use something like zerogpt.com. I think that's
Hmm.
what it's called. And there's another one called GPT-0 dot like IO or something. But they're very good at recognizing AI generated text. And I mean, if those free tools that don't even require an
Yeah.
email address can recognize AI generated text. It's like, what is Google's algorithms capable of?
So
So,
you're saying it's best just to write the blog yourself or get a writer?
dude, writers are cheap. Writers, copywriters are cheap.
You know what the
Copyright.
problem is? You know what the problem is with copywriters?
What?
A lot of them you just use ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's the same like what's going on with Google
Well, you don't pay
and
them.
YouTube.
You pay them after. You say I'm going to pay you after, and then like if you can literally use zero GPT, like, or you can use, I think there's another one called Copyscape, which detects AI, which detects plagiarized content as well. Copyscape is great, and so there's all these tools.
I'm gonna try going to my blog later and seeing the zero GPT and seeing if because the funny thing is, right? Yes, I used AI, but it's what I'm saying in the video, which is never scripted.
I would if I was to do that, I would just say correct spelling, don't correct grammar. And then I would proofread it myself and make any changes. So actually, I'll tell you what I do. First, so yeah. So bottom of funnel keywords, if you don't want to make videos and you want to just use your site to rank for purchase intent keywords, keywords that where people are searching, they want to convert. They either want to buy something with money or turn into a user, whatever it is. Bottom of funnel keywords work on websites that are not authoritative at all, that don't have many backlinks, like new websites. Bottom funnel keywords, amazing. Bottom funnel keywords work extra well with user generated content. But what's happening with user generated content now is Google's algorithms are pushing it so hard that you can even rank for top of funnel competitive keywords with user generated content like a video. So like marketing or crypto marketing, that's top of funnel, but user generated content is being pushed so hard that if you made a video with crypto marketing at the beginning of the title and the beginning of the video description, you can rank number one for crypto marketing. So,
So it's you know what the funny thing is?
what?
I assumed something like this, but I didn't know exactly how it worked. That's why I started a channel called Crypto Marketing Coach.
Oh, that's funny. Well,
And
now you know.
yeah, so
So,
I was
but
wondering if
to answer your question, though, what I do actually, so for all of my shorts, because like I said, I put up a short form video every day since November 1st, 2022, 2,000 plus videos at this point.
wow.
Some days I put up like 9 videos. Most days it's one. Some days I get into the flow, I put up many. And what I do is if I have a keyword, it will be at the beginning of the description. If there's a title field, it will be at the beginning of the title. But then I also take my transcript because the videos are edited in Descript, which lets you edit in the transcript instead of the timeline. I take the transcript, I copy the transcript into like ChatGPT, and I just say, correct for spelling, don't make any other changes. Like, correct for spelling, don't make any other changes. And then it actually makes it so it's like if you put it through one of these like GPT detector tools, it's mostly fine. And then I take that transcript and I place that literally underneath the first sentence of the description. So I don't need to write long descriptions for my videos. So for this is for short form videos where like the videos are a minute long. So I have this like 1 minute transcript. I write the first sentence myself, which targets the keyword, and then I take the transcript and put that under the first sentence. And that's super easy. Now for something like a long podcast, you're gonna need to write the description yourself. I'm sorry, and use timestamps. And on YouTube, only you probably know this. Like use only 3 hashtags.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only
but
3 in the text itself in the description, but then you can use tags at the bottom as many as you want, but maybe half or full, it doesn't really matter, right? They don't even
I never use those tags.
yeah, no one it used to be relevant. Now it's not really that relevant. I just
It's like at the same time, like it used to be relevant if you titled your file name with the
yes, it
keyword.
used to be
And
yes.
yeah,
Yes,
and
it
now
used to be.
it doesn't
And
really.
your thumbnail.
Yeah, now it's like really it's like how good is your thumbnail title match and what's your engagement like?
Ooh,
Like
now it's even different than that. Now it used to be click-through rate, but now YouTube looks at not so much how many people click through, but how many people watch more when they click through.
yes, yeah, retention is huge.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting.
Retention
And
retention
plus now you
retention
have
is huge.
now you have 3-minute shorts as well.
I know, dude, it's great, and they've been improving it a lot. It's so because when I was making videos and I would make a TikTok or Instagram reel that was over a minute, I would have to repurpose it down under a minute for YouTube. And it
Yeah.
was just such a pain. And now I don't have to do that. I'm saving so much time. It's
And
fantastic.
for me, what I saw work to my channel was not so much repurposing long form videos that didn't work. But what did work is when I gave quick updates on what to do with what was going on in the markets. But I have to say it in under a minute, it was really hard to get everything in. But now I could just speak. So I'm thinking about doing
Yeah.
again. I stopped doing shorts. I'm gonna think
Bro, okay, wait.
I'm gonna
Google
pick
this.
them up again.
Wait. Google this right now. And anybody who's listening, Google this. Google social media posting directions, Edward Sturm.
So just
I want you to see this because you told me you only post on YouTube Shorts. I want you to see this document.
social media posting.
Social media posting directions, Edward Sturm.
All right. My exact social media posting strategy.
That's it.
That's you, by the way.
That's me.
Okay. So this is what you do.
It's literally a step-by-step guide on how I post my videos across TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Snapchat Spotlight, Facebook Reels, like what I've learned from over 700 days posting in a row, over 2,000 videos, many viral videos, because like people don't know if you use a third-party automation tool to post on Meta platforms, your views get suppressed.
Yeah.
People don't know that stuff, and
Yes.
so like this is how I post, what I've discovered, A/B testing different posting strategies, and like also how I make content. Yeah. So, dude, you can make a video that's primarily for YouTube Shorts, but why not have it come out on TikTok and Instagram Reels and everywhere else? You're leaving views on the table.
It's a good question, and I'll answer because I've debated with myself many times. But you have to get the context of everything as well. So I'm better now, obviously, but back when I was doing YouTube, understand I went through cancer 3 times, and that had a lot of energy that I didn't have. So I only had a couple of hours a day. And what I learned to do was focus, work for 2 hours, and stop and go to sleep because that's basically what I was doing with everything. Now, I'm also under the philosophy, and I've learned this, that when it comes to marketing for a company, there's many different media outlets. You should concentrate on one, maybe two, and dominate them rather than become an average in everything else. So it's like having a RPG game because you like games. You have a character, you have natural traits. If you're a human, for example, in RPG, you have strength and stuff like that. If you're a dwarf, you have more strength but less dexterity. If you're an elf, you have more dexterity. So you have your natural traits and you want to amplify them, but you only have so much points to amplify them. So if you're an elf, you want to choose dexterity, for example, and stamina, and dominate on the playing field using those. Whilst if you try to put the 10 points in everything, you go out, you average in everything, you get murdered. So my philosophy was concentrate on one, two platforms until you grow enough, and then you can concentrate on other platforms because your free time is learning more about that platform you're on. And that's why I'm learning so much on YouTube because I only concentrate on YouTube. Now, that said, I can repurpose videos and have them posted on other sites, but that's going to happen later on. That's going to happen when I hire someone to do that because I just don't want to think about it. I want to spend my day playing with my dog, doing my trading.
Can I counter you for a second?
Yes.
Okay. If you have a life-threatening illness and you only have like so much effort, fine. If you can spare an extra 5 minutes, the only platforms that I post manually on are TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. So how much time does that take me? You're going to post to one anyway. So how much time does it take to post to the other two?
It will take you 20, but it's not just 5 minutes because it's also uploading. It's time waiting for it to upload, writing the right descriptions. It's going to take.
I use the same description on everything, and upload. I have very fast internet, so for me it's easy because my internet is so fast.
Do you see a big difference though?
I also have an automation tool that works for Snapchat Spotlight,
Okay.
LinkedIn, that also Instagram. You can link Instagram to your Facebook page, so Instagram auto publishes to Facebook for you. That works. That's not a third party tool.
All my food pics are there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like Pinterest. So the only ones that I'm really posting manually on are TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. Now, if I'm being honest, if so TikTok is great because it uses AI to recommend music based on the content of the video, based on the lighting, based on the subject matter and what you say, based on when the crescendo in your story happens, like based on all these things, and it is very good at recommending appropriate music. So for videos that have music, it takes me longer to post because I also have an automation that makes my video post from TikTok to Google Drive so that all of my videos are backed up. All of my videos are backed up, and people don't know this. You can post the same viral video once every 6 months and it goes viral again, which is kind of incredible. Like if you have a piece of viral content, it's now evergreen. You can post it every 6 months for effing ever.
Wow.
So yeah, so I have all my videos backed up to Google Drive, and then I have to download the one with music from Google Drive and upload it to YouTube Shorts and to Instagram Reels. That takes longer. For videos where there's no music, then it really is 5 minutes because I use the same description for everything. The only difference is on TikTok, I use 4 hashtags. On YouTube Shorts, I use 3 hashtags. On Instagram Reels, I use no hashtags. Though that's
no hashtags on Instagram?
Yeah, you're not supposed to use hashtags on Instagram. That's the only, in fact, like it could actually hurt. I made a video about this. It has like 5 or 10 million views. I don't even remember anymore.
Wow, I didn't even know that. Most people use hashtags there.
Yeah, it gives you spam followers. I made this crazy video about it, and actually the CEO of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, he says don't use hashtags.
Wow,
No
see,
hashtags.
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, no hashtags. So but dude, that really is like an extra 5 minutes like of posting. What if it's a video with no music? It's an extra 5 minutes of posting. And I don't know. Do you have music in your YouTube Shorts?
No, that's the thing though. But like for me, I just want to concentrate on one thing. And I know you're saying, but why? It's just
Dude,
5
it's 5 minutes.
You know what's going to happen? I'm going to start going and studying it and learning it.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to give you the second part of my. Can I interrupt you for a second? The second part of my second. The second part is I actually wrote a blog post about this. I do write top of funnel content, but it's only for my newsletter. And then I repurpose it into articles on my website, which sometimes just inadvertently rank for keywords. But the top of funnel stuff I write is for my weekly digital marketing newsletter, which actually ranks. If you Google growth hacking newsletter, I made my newsletter rank #1 for growth hacking newsletter. But so the reason why I think the extra 5 minutes is worth it is because from posting over 2,000 videos for 700 plus days in a row, I have seen that if one platform doesn't pop off, it's very likely that another platform will pop off. I can't even tell you how many times a video has gotten millions of views on YouTube Shorts, but like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of views on the other platforms, or it gets millions of views on Instagram Reels and then doesn't do that well on the other platforms, or it gets millions of views on TikTok, doesn't do that well on the other platforms. And this is so often. And it's like if one platform doesn't pop off, something else will. And so like it's not just a little views that you're leaving on the table. It could be a lot of views that you're leaving on the table. And for me, it's like it's only an extra 5 minutes a day. Now, if you have really slow internet, it's going to be longer. So then like fine, I guess I understand. But
Oh, it's not about the internet. I have 1,000. My line's pretty fast,
so
man.
that's very fast. So what I'm saying is like very often a video that might not pop off on YouTube Shorts will do really well on the other platforms. It's just like that's been my experience. Also, like I found that like a lot of people that I know have found that YouTube Shorts is the hardest to grow on. So if you're crushing on YouTube Shorts,
but it's the thing with YouTube Shorts is you also get search, and it's kind of like evergreen as well. Like I have
you get search on TikTok, you get search on Instagram. Like Instagram Reels are recommended on Google. TikToks are recommended on Google.
Maybe because I didn't succeed in it, I'm biased.
Dude, just use my social media posting strategy. It's really easy.
You know what? You know what? One thing that I admit is that you're making me think. I might look back into it again. I'm just trying to do the least amount of work possible.
It's an extra 5 minutes. The only thing is like if you don't have accounts, you need to create new accounts. That's a pain. All right, so did you buy followers for those accounts?
Never.
All right.
I never bought. The only time I ever bought followers was the first time I opened up a YouTube channel I didn't know what I was doing, and I thought, hey, I could buy 1,000 followers just to but they were supposed to be real and stuff like that, and I regretted it. But thank God, then it was like different purges happened back then, so a lot of them got like
That's
deleted.
good. That's good.
And only 1,000. That was my other channel, not this channel that you're watching. This channel, I never did anything like that or anything else. Oh, and Twitter, for fuck's sake. In Twitter, I did do this. There was this thing where you follow people and they follow you. I didn't understand the mechanics back then. I did that for a while, and then I
Mhm.
deleted it, and obviously I stopped. So I did have some Twitter followers in the beginning that were fake. And my Twitter is very hard to grow, by the way, and I don't know
I
the
mess
reason.
up my algorithm actually with ads. You shouldn't do ads on on your main organic Twitter. People don't know that. And I messed up I need to start a new X account.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, use a different account for ads. Like yeah, use a different account for
Same on YouTube. You shouldn't use ads at all unless you have a product and unless you're promoting to your own audience.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Unless it's like your own audience, sure. But like for a new audience, like
And do it through AdWords. So
what
you
because
can
what happens
actually,
is the algorithms will like it will show your ads to the wrong people, and then these wrong people might follow you, but they don't really care about you,
yeah,
and now you
exactly.
have all these useless followers.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just what even if you're running ads to the highest GDP per capita places, just don't do that. Like let the organic algorithms figure out who to show your content organically to. Dude, this has been fun.
Yeah, man, it
My
has
voice is
been
going
great,
hoarse.
man. It has been great. I want to talk to you about so many things, so we'll do it again. So please share where can people find you. They could probably see you up here as well anyway, but please share anything you want people to look at that you think that would add value for them.
Edward.builds on Instagram. I put up videos every day there.
Mhm.
Edwardsturm.com/articles for everything that I've written, all my articles. And compactkeywords.com for the best marketing that there
I'm gonna check
is.
that out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I've been
Edward,
literally making it for 9 months. I just finished the last video for it today. It's an insane product. Yeah, it's an insane product. The,
Edward,
even and the landing page is also meant to be an informational resource because I made the landing page so informational, so dense with information that people will share it with each other. Most people make a landing page to sell. I made a landing page that can be really useful so that people will actually share it with each other and get earned media.
that's interesting as well. That's a different take I haven't heard of before.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so
Thank you
much,
so much.
man. I really look forward to seeing you again and talking again, and look forward to doing this again.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Edward. Take care.
See ya.